I'm Khalid Bryan, broker and owner of the Investment Property Gurus, and these are three reasons why you might not want to consider a career in real estate. So, I'm not trying to talk anyone out of being a realtor, but I do understand that some people like to look at the whole picture and know the pros and the cons of what they're getting into. So, here are my real deal cons of hardships I had to overcome that really had me thinking, is this for me? So, the first thing is success isn't instant. As a realtor, your career is highly dependent on the decisions and actions of others. You can work as hard as you want to for 30 days straight and still not make a penny on it. You can show someone as many properties as you want to, but if you don't get a deal contract executed and a deal closed, you're not going to get anything out of it. You can tirelessly submit offer after offer and not one of them will get accepted. I get it. This is real tiring in South Florida, especially. It's hot. You've shown 20 properties to this one buyer. They've submitted 5 offers and none of them are going through. So you really have to be patient in a game like this. Even once you do get a couple of contracts accepted, not all the deals really fall through. If I could close every deal I've ever gotten under contract, I'd be in a much better place right now. But that's just not the case. Sometimes you put a deal under contract and there's so many variables. You got to get financing approved. The property has to go through an inspection. It has to be appraised. The title has to be clear. There's so many decision makers. The buyer has to make sure they don't touch their credit. So much goes into this that it's really difficult to have full consistency and maintain your success rate. Patience is key, and you also want to make sure you're not pushing your buyers to force them into a deal. Some people might not like the third house you show them. Sometimes it takes 20. Now, if you're showing properties in this area like me, I'm in South Florida, it's very hot and sometimes it rains. This matters because we're going to have to be the ones outside showing these properties. So you may think, well, if it's hot, it's fine, but not all these properties have power. Some of them don't even have AC. So imagine it's the broad daylight, it's 98 degrees outside. This property is going to be about 120 inside. So you got to just go in there, maybe dress appropriately for the area you're showing in. On the contrary, it could be snowing, it could be a blizzard, but your buyer's only in town for a weekend and you have to go show it. So you're really going to be one with the elements, and that's not for everybody. Some people don't mind, but it's not for everybody. I personally, I remember I ripped my favorite pair of pants by showing properties in the rain. They got all soggy, and I tried to open a lockbox on the sprinkler head, and they snagged and ripped. Oh, that actually is my second reason. It does get hot pretty much wherever you are, and if you are somewhere that doesn't get hot, then it gets cold. You are going to have to show multiple properties in a day. That can get tiring. You're going to be on the northern side of town, the southern side of town, the eastern, west. You're all over the place, all over creation, and the elements will beat down on. Some properties are also going to be in bad, dangerous shape. I've had to show properties with obvious mold issues. I've showed properties with fire damage, water damage, straight up vandalism. You really don't know what you're going to get into, and you don't know what your buyers are going to be into. So to give your client the best shot, you're going to have to be down with going into some unfavorable places. Traffic is common. So if you are someone who doesn't like being in tight spaces or doesn't like being in the car very long, sometimes your client's only available at 5:30 in the middle of rush hour traffic because they have so much other things going on. Some of them have multiple jobs. So you just got to make yourself available to fit the needs of your client. My third and final reason you might not want to be a realtor is it will require a time and financial investment. You're not just going to sign up, pass your license, and get selling houses. The first thing you're going to have to do is sign up for your local board of realtors. For me, that costs $900 a year. It's mandatory. You can operate without it, but if your broker is a member of the board and you aren't, that board will more than likely make your broker either pay for your membership or remove you from their roster. They come to me multiple times asking for people's removal for them not joining. So be sure you're able to sign up. They will do payment plans with you, so don't worry. When you're showing all these properties, gas and tolls are definitely going to be your biggest enemy. Some people want to see a property a couple of times. You're not going to live in the area where your buyers are looking for. Sometimes they want to be across town. Sometimes they're moving across town. Sometimes they don't know where they want to be, so they have you showing in 3 different cities. You just got to roll with the punches and understand that sometimes there will be traffic. The gas, you're going to probably run through your tank. I personally fill up my gas tank twice a week. On a busy season, I'm filling it up 3 times a week. I've ran through several cars. You will put a beating on your cars as far as mileage, oil changes, everything. I had a car break down on me on 95 because I was trying to show a property an hour and a half north. Some people want to see condos. Sometimes there's beachfront properties. So in those, you will have to pay for parking. So make sure you have it on hand. The worst thing you want to do is get to a property, your client's right there, you're ready to go, and you don't have the money to pay for valet or don't have a way to pay for these parking meters. So be sure you have something ready to go and you're prepared should something like that go down. Maybe look into the area you're showing at so you know what you're getting into. You will have to buy decent clothes. People will start to notice after showing if you're wearing the same shirt in rotation. So you're gonna have to keep a clean, fresh wardrobe coming in. Not to say you're gonna have to be in Balenciaga, but definitely you want to look good and decent, and people can look at you and respect that you're a professional and you know what you're doing. If you look raggedy, they're gonna think you're not doing something right. Your marketing materials, your signs, your business cards, your website, your brokerage is not gonna pay for that more often than not. They might get you a discount, but you want to be in charge of your own fate and your own career. So you want to make sure you have the best of the best as far as quality materials. You're going to need a laptop, a nice phone. All of these things matter. So it definitely will cost money out of pocket to get started and stay going. And on top of that, you're going to have your personal bills and things to pay for while all this is going on. So while you're trying to figure out your next closing, while you're trying to pay for your marketing materials, your MLS and everything, you got your rent coming up, your phone bill, your car payment, all of that. So you definitely will have to have a way to either thug it out and just let it be late, or have some type of money coming in to keep your bills going and staying afloat while you're trying to keep your business afloat. It's definitely a lot more on your plate than that already is on your plate. This in no way is a way to remove stress from your life, people. This will stress you out. This is a stressful career, but it's rewarding, and I love it, and I would do it again and again. And my last thing to note is that closings are not consistent. I've said it before, but for the most part, your clients will be all in. Everything will go great. I've personally lost a deal the day of closing. I was getting dressed, putting my shoes on, and I got a cancellation text, and it ended up in an escrow dispute. It was ugly. You don't want to be there. But make sure what you're doing is you're not trying to get here to get rich quick. You're not trying to come here to, come up on the market in any way, and you're not trying to get here to blow up and be the next guru within 3 months. It will take time, it will take dedication, and it will take hard work. Trust me, it's not easy, but if it was easy, everyone would do it, and that's why it's rewarding. Until then, I'm Khalid Bryan. I'll see you in the next one.